Hi, I'm Alpesh Patel. I originally trained as a barrister after reading degrees in law and in philosophy, politics, and economics. So overeducated is probably what I am. I went to school in Armley, where I was born and raised. And then I went into finance because one important tip I'd give, and what I'd say to my younger self, is I chose my passion. I eventually, when I became a barrister, thought this is a bit dull. I'm spending all my time in the library calling up my stockbroker, so maybe I should do finance. And I went into that trading on my own account and followed a passion which paid. So that's definitely something I'd tell my younger self. That was the right thing to do. What about the things which could have been different? I guess the critical factor for me is try and mitigate regret. Uh, I try and think what would I say on my deathbed, and I think on my deathbed I won't say I wish I took fewer photos. That won't happen. I won't say I wish I worked harder. I can't imagine I'll say that. I think I will say I regret not working smarter. I regret not taking time out to work out how I could make more strategic decisions. So I'd say to myself, take more time out to think, to pause, and to calculate. What I am happy with in what was the right thing to do was finding fulfilling work. And I did it by accident, but I'd tell my younger self is look for work which not only you love to do, because the old saying is, if you love what you do for work, you'll never work a day in your life. And that is true. But find things which are fulfilling. If you can find things which pay money, and at the same time you enjoy and is fulfilling, then you've got the Holy Trinity. And that probably is the secret to, if not a happy life, a content life. And the reason I say that is don't ask yourself if you're happy, because the problem with asking yourself if you're happy is it invariably leads you to be unhappy. It's a process, it's a being. So focus more on just finding that fulfillment. And usually for people, fulfillment comes, well, certainly in my case, fulfillment came from making other people's lives that much easier. Of course, you've got to put food on your own table first. But when you've done that and you can make other people's lives easier, it is incredibly fulfilling and makes you a lot happier doing that. I guess it's just human nature. That's the type of people we are. If you can uplift others. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, to 1% of the population, I'm not a nice person. And that 1% are the people who, with all the privileges and advantages they might be given in life, whatever they are, seek not to make full use of those, seek not to uplift themselves. To that group of people, you're not going to get a hug or a hand up from me. To the 99% of other people, if they want assistance and help and networks, connect with me on LinkedIn. I will try and do everything I can to assist you. And it's one of the reasons I set up my campaign for $1million.com, is to help 1 million people to invest better, because that was the one thing I could do and teach and spread the wealth of education that I have when it comes to investing. So I'd say those were the main things I'd tell my younger self: fulfillment, plan, work smart, not hard, which means thinking ahead. How can I reduce the workload? And how can I ensure that what I'm doing will benefit me 5, 10, 15 years from now into the future? I think those are all the key elements, which hopefully I've got some of those right in my life so far. And the ones I haven't, guess what? The great news is life is an educational process, and I'll always continue learning. Thank you.